Happy New Year. It is the 2020 first edition of 5 Questions with this guy.
What's up?
Spence, check. Is just back from Hawaii, by the way. Show him the ring.
Here's the ring.
Ladies
Check it
off
out.
the market.
Sorry, ladies.
He just kind of, you just flew over there and got married. You didn't even tell anybody.
Yeah, we eloped. By the way, I highly
Instagram.
recommend eloping. Oh, Blake, my man. I highly recommend it. You save money. You don't have to deal with like the stress and anxiety.
Yeah, you just do it.
Oh, bro. And no people there. I love my family and my friends, but
it was great.
it was just the two of us. It was
Your
awesome.
lovely wife, Britta.
She's
5
great.
days in and going strong. Good
5
for you
days, and
guys.
at this point, I feel like we made it.
Yeah,
if we're 5 days in.
All right. Well, good. I'm happy with it. It was on your show today. Had a lot of fun.
Yes,
Thanks for
that was
inviting
fun,
me.
as always.
And we're ready to dive into 5 questions. You ready?
Indeed. Let's do it.
All right. Question number 1. The Utah Jazz, they played earlier tonight. They wrapped up 2019 by winning 8 of their last 9 games. All of those wins without Mike Conley.
Yep.
How does this affect the Jazz when he returns?
It's a good question, and we probably don't have enough time to completely unpack it, but here's what I will say. In order for the Jazz to be great, they need Mike Conley in the lineup, playing like the Mike Conley we've seen in Memphis for a decade, okay?
Right.
But if Mike Conley's going to look uncomfortable like he has, they might be even better suited leaving Ingles in the starting lineup, giving Donovan more responsibility as a ball handler, and then letting Mike kind of get in where he fits in. The Jazz are a really good team without Mike Conley, but if they want to be great, they need the Mike Conley that you and I know and we've seen for 12 years. We just haven't seen that Mike Conley this year. So when he comes back, I'm going to be fascinated to see what Quinn does.
And we still don't know exactly when he's coming back.
Right.
All right, question 2. This is crazy. None of our local FBS teams won their bowl games. Utah State, Kent State, what a game, 51-41.
Yeah.
BYU loses the heartbreaker to Hawaii, 38-34, and the Utes thumped by Texas, 38-10. Now, considering their opponents, which one of those is the most disappointing?
Well,
loss?
considering the opponents, the answer is Utah State. You can't let Kent State hang 51 on you. But considering everything that was at stake, the only team that was playing for something that kind of mattered was Utah.
Yeah.
12 wins, potentially a top 10 ranking. And as it is, it's 11. It's still a good year. Let's be very clear. It's still a very good year. But as it is, it's an 11-win season with 3 losses. And now when the final rankings come out, a team that 2 weeks ago we thought might be a top 4 or 5 team might be 18, 19, 20. And it's just another one of those blah seasons. So the way you phrase the question, the answer is Utah State.
Okay.
But when you unpack everything, I think the answer is Utah.
Good answer. All right, question 3. Which team is better equipped for a strong 2020 in football, BYU or Utah?
So I like what you're doing here. Let's stir the rivalry pot. That's what we do.
Right out of the gate, right?
Yes.
We're a week.
I mean, look, BYU found out yesterday they're getting Kairos Tonga and Matt Bushman back.
That's
those
big.
two big-time players coming back. But the gap between Utah and BYU is still so big that until I see something that indicates the gap is closing, I think the Utes are better equipped for success next season and, quite frankly, over the course of the next 4 or 5 years. Although, with Tonga back, Bushman back, Zach Wilson gets another year under his belt, we'll see what the transfer portal brings. I wouldn't be surprised if the game next year is a little bit closer, but long-term success, Utah is still positioned much better.
Oh, can't wait for the Utah-BYU game
Absolutely,
already.
absolutely.
Question 4. David Stern, former NBA commissioner, recently passed away. You knew Stern as well as, and probably better than anybody in this market. People may not realize that. What's your favorite personal memory of the former NBA commissioner?
It's a great question. I was so sad when I heard the news. NBA commissioner for 30 years, passed away at the age of 77. And when I was thinking about this question, the first thing that came to mind was 1993. I was 15 years old. The Knicks and the Bulls had these great matchups, physical, you know, Michael Jordan on one side, Patrick Ewing on the other. They were great games, great playoff series. Charles Smith, who played for the Knicks at MSG, went up and got blocked 3 separate times, and it looked like he got fouled, and no foul was called. So the Bulls ended up winning. There was no foul call. After the game, you know my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so my mother is a dear. I'm a mama's boy. I love her to death. She's only about 5'2". She's tiny, but she's fiery.
Yeah.
Okay, and David Stern's not very, very tall either. He was about 5'5". And after the game, I look over, and my mom is in David Stern's face with her finger like this, yelling at him about the missed calls. And to David Stern's credit, he sat there and just listened and then just gave her a hug.
And just needed a hug.
I was dying. Like, my mom was going out, the commissioner of the NBA, like this.
Where was Dave?
He was probably talking to the media.
Yeah.
You know, this was right after. It was funny. So,
great.
But a lot of great memories. Truly a great leader, the architect of the modern day NBA, and a great man. I'm so sad that he's gone.
And he was very, very good for your family as well.
Yes, he was. Absolutely.
All right, he always knows questions 1 through 4. He does not know question 5. This one actually doesn't have to do with your Twitter account.
Okay, good.
You recently went to Hawaii, as we know, and tied the knot. How
did.
would you characterize this union? A, I'm the luckiest guy on earth. Hopefully she doesn't figure me out or we're done.
Fair.
Or B, she's a gem and we're in this for the long haul.
A combination of the two.
I figured that.
A combination of the two. But no, she is a dear. Like, truly,
Britta,
she is a
great.
beautiful, wonderful girl. She's made such a difference in my life, and I love her. I'm honestly lucky to have her in my life.
Yeah.
But the answer to your question is somewhere between A and B.
I think it's that way for all of us.
Yes, indeed.
You're the man. Happy New Year.
Good to see you,
Give
brother.
my best to Britta as well.
I will.
Congrats. Look at that ring. He's going to be
Right
sporting that
there.
for a while. Listen
Hawaii.
to Spence every day on ESPN 700 from 2 to 6.
Indeed.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
brother. Good to see you.